Could you give me the number of reply rate that you have right now?
Yeah, my reply rate is over 40%. Approaching 50%, which is ridiculous, right? Anything else that I've done up to this point doesn't get that kind of engagement or that kind of.
How many meetings did we book so far? Sorry.
Oh, at least so in the 6 weeks that we've been doing this, it's at least 10 meetings.
Yeah. Okay, so Troy, could you please quickly introduce yourself? Who are you and what does your business do?
Sure. My name is Troy Heiner. I am the owner and founder and CEO of TFH Transformations LLC. I also do business under the moniker Career Pro Guider. And that business is focused on helping mid-career technical professionals find new opportunities by tapping into the hidden job network.
Okay, perfect. So the service that you do is pretty much help the mid-level or up-level professionals to get relocated into better opportunities in different companies, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. What I have found in my experience is that people tend to stagnate in the middle of their careers, or the things that they started their career doing and pursuing are no longer that interesting to them or that engaging to them anymore, and so they want to make a change. They want to make a pivot. They want to go from person who's doing technical work to someone who's more of a technical leader or an executive, and without the experience or without someone helping them to recast the experiences that they've had in a different way, they're going to struggle. They're not going to, be considered for those kinds of opportunities. And so that's the first thing that me and my team do is we help them, take the experiences that they've had and cast them in a different way and build a different brand for them so that they can compete for those kinds of opportunities. And then they need to have conversations with a different set of people. People who are already in those leadership roles, who are already doing the kind of work that they want to do, and who are aware of where those opportunities are. And that's what the Hidden Job Network is, right? These jobs never get posted online anywhere. You can't apply to them. The only way you find out about them is by talking to the right people. And so that's the second part of what I do with clients is, create a strategy for them to get connected with and communicate with the people that are the gateways to the opportunities that they want.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we have been working for a little bit over 6 weeks. What motivated you to start working with AI-assist cloning, to start doing this new way of outreach on LinkedIn?
Well, I think that's one of the things that people are either consciously aware of or subconsciously aware of is the impact that AI is having on lots of different things. And I think that's one of the pivots that my target audience might be considering is, how do I get more involved in doing AI work? How do I, use AI to make myself more productive, more professional, those kinds of things. And so that's what interests me about your program, Daniel, is there's the overt thing. It's like, oh, somebody sent me a video. This is different, right? So it kind of catches their attention, stops the scroll. But also it's like, oh, clearly this is someone who's using AI and they're using it in an interesting way. And, this may be somebody that I'd want to talk to about how can I use AI in my job search? So on those two, conscious and subconscious levels, I think it just, it's a good conversation starter.
Okay, perfect. How was the onboarding process when we decided to work together? Did you find it? How was it for you? I don't remember exactly how many days we did, but you remember it was like a long process?
Yeah, it was fairly short. I mean, basically all you needed was enough audio content to be able to, produce a reasonable facsimile of my voice, and then enough video content to do the same, right? So I had to record 2 videos. I had to re-record one because I was outside and the sun was in my eyes and it was squinting, so that wasn't good. But you gave good instructions in terms of what made a good video to be used as source material. And so it was fairly easy to, 2 5-minute videos basically, or 4-minute videos. Not a lot of time, right? I couldn't record the videos with this thing on, right? So I needed to go I needed to have some place where I was mic'd up better and I wasn't wearing headphones because that will mess up with the AI processing. But it was fairly easy to do. Creating the scripts were basically the same kinds of things I would say, to somebody in a chat message. So, the actual words that are being used in the video are words that I already use, so that wasn't very difficult to come up with those scripts. And then the follow up images and motivational quotes or whatever to get people to take action and book a call with me have been very productive too. My target audience are busy people. So, I regularly get, oh yeah, I was busy and, thanks for, keeping up with me. And then it's like, yeah, I'll get on your calendar, later this week is regularly something that I see in the message exchanges.
Yeah, we did was very interesting because I believe that we only did one call that lasted around 1 hour and a half. In that one call, we did everything. We got you the list of leads. We work with the cloning part, and then we also work with the scripts, which we already had, and we adapted to your niches. So I believe that we did this for this to start.
So obviously, for anybody else who's considering doing this, you have to know who your target audience is, or else this isn't going to work as well, right? So, if you're just sending video to people that aren't interested in your service, the AI is going to catch their attention, but it's not going to go anywhere, right?
Exactly.
So the combination of knowing who you want to talk to and then sending them something different than what they normally would see in their message queue is the thing that's going to get them to engage.
Exactly. Could you give me the number of reply rate that you have right now?
Yeah, my reply rate is over 40%, approaching 50%, which is ridiculous, right? Anything else that I've done up to this point doesn't get that kind of engagement or that kind of reply rate, right? So, and not everybody who replies ends up booking a call or ends up becoming a client, right? But it is creating a lot of conversation, which was my intent. And then the other thing too is I have a team of people who also help find leads and develop potential clients for me, but they don't want to get on camera, right? They don't want to talk to anybody, and so using these videos is a way for them to engage with the leads that they've found, and still have me be the face of the business, which is great, right? So that that's just an even another level of using the AI and lead generation for my business that just helps my whole team make more sales and talk to more people. The talking to people is the real focus of what my business is about and like I said earlier, what I'm hoping to create for any clients that I work more career focused conversations is how you're going to find opportunity.
Perfect. We talk about almost 50% reply rate, and then how many meetings did we book so far? Sorry.
Oh, at least so in the 6 weeks that we've been doing this, it's at least 10 meetings.
Yeah.
And because the conversation, there's 2 videos, right? And the conversation takes a little bit longer to build that trust, right? Because I think that first video is, again, kind of startling. It's like, whoa, what is this? This is different, right? Is this a real person, right? So that's one of the things that needs to be overcome in the message exchange, right? So it takes a little bit longer to book a call using this process, but I think by the time that they've they booked a call with me, they understand that, what it is that what I do, the services I provide, that I'm a real person, that I'm interested in their success, right? So, we built up some trust by that point. So, so it's certainly a lot better than just, sending a message to somebody and say, "Hey, are you looking for a job? Come, if you are, book a call with me," right? It's like, you're asking too much, right? There has been no investment in a relationship. If you just come right out with the ask or the offer, to a cold lead or a cold contact, right? So I think your process that you've developed warms people up sufficiently, so by the time they book a call, they're almost ready to pull the trigger. They just have to get a couple of their questions answered first.
Yeah, that's what I would say. They already see your face, listen to your voice, understand your offer. So it's a warm, qualified lead compared to other channels. Let me ask you something, because a lot of businesses are afraid that because people might notice or not notice that ECI is going to damage their reputation or something like this. What is your honest opinion about that?
My feeling on that is that it's just a fact, right? One of the things that I say to people who notice that it's AI is like, yeah, it's AI. Businesses are overtly or covertly using AI. If they're not, they're probably not going to be in business much longer, to be honest, right? So if they notice, I just acknowledge it, right? It's just, and then you move on, right? Very few people have been offended that that the first message sent to them was AI generated. And if they are, okay, I know not to waste my time with that person anymore, right? So it disqualifies people who aren't going to be interested, or who are there are some people who are AI averse, right? They don't like it. And okay, fine. I'll work with the people that that don't really care, or that are interested in the facts. Like, oh, this is AI. This is it. I haven't had anybody talk to me yet about, so how did you make that thing, right? But I expect that at some point when I get on a call with somebody, to be like, so how do you do that, right? It's like, talk to Daniel. He'll help you out. But yeah.
Last question, Troy. Why do you think that not many businesses are doing this yet? Why do you think that people are afraid, or they just, I don't know, what is your take on this?
I think businesses in general tend to be conservative and risk averse, right? So they won't do something unless they know that they're going to get a return on that investment, right? And that it makes sense, right? But I think entrepreneurs and small business owners understand that there's no such thing as zero risk, right? And if you're going to be doing any kind of marketing or sales, marketing is basically equals experimentation, right? If you're not testing messages, if you're not testing new ways of getting in front of customers, then you probably are stagnating or falling behind, right? So I would, my message would be, give this a try, right? The investment, for using this service is minimal, right? It's not insignificant, but I mean, it's not, terribly expensive to give this a try. And, the return on investment for me is, if I can, generate a handful of high ticket sales using this process, then it's been worth it.
100% agree. I never asked you this, but how much time a day would you say that you are investing in this, in the tool that we got on the platform and everything?
A half an hour to an hour a day. Usually I begin my day, looking at the queue of messages that have been generated from the videos and respond to those. That's the thing that I think will make this program more successful for people, is if they do personalize the messages more than just what is capable of being done from the AI generation. Because again, you're trying to make a connection with these people, right? Your potential customers, right? So you want to show interest in them, right? The more you do that, the more effective that these campaigns are going to be. But so usually in the morning and then in the evening is when I allocate time to go through the message queue and respond to the messages and move them along in the dashboard to the whatever state that they're at that moment.
Exactly. We have different stage for every lead, and you can just move it with one click. Yeah, you get a lot of replies. So that's between half an hour to 45 minutes a day with 10 replies or 15 replies per day. So yeah, you will get half of that. That will be even less time. But okay, Troy, thank you very much. Is there anything else that you would like to ask that I didn't ask you?
No, I think I think we covered everything. Again, right, this is something to try. It's something to show that you're kind of on the cutting edge of technology. Using AI. Again, subconsciously, people will say, "Oh, okay, this is different." This is a business that is forward thinking, forward leaning, and and again, you might get some people who are just curious and not ready to take action, who might want to get on your calendar. So you might want to have some additional follow up with people to determine whether they actually are going to be a customer, or whether they just want to pick your brain about how they can use AI. Right. So I haven't had that yet, but I can imagine that might be something that that people would want to ask me about. So. But yeah, so that's really, if you have a marketing arm to your business, and what business doesn't, right? All businesses need new customers. This is something that that you can experiment with, that you can try, and Daniel will help you figure out what is going to be give you the return on your investment. And at least for the moment, this is something that will, make your business stand out from other people who are trying to attract new business.
Troy, thank you very much for your time. And yeah, that was it. Thank you very much for this interview. Have a great day, and let's keep talking.
Absolutely. Well, I have to run to another meeting.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Me too. Thank you very much. See you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.